Hello. We are here. Welcome back to Your Soul Revolution. Um, Lucky number 13. Welcome to episode 13. So, for those of you guys that follow me on Instagram, you saw that I tried to record this episode last week. It wasn't ready, it didn't want to come through. At the time, I didn't really understand why, but I did understand that it was out of my control and it wasn't my job to worry about it. I enjoyed my week off. And as I'm emotionally sitting here before you today, getting ready to restart episode 13, I fully understand why I'm re recording this and what had to come through. So today's episode, I want to talk about what to do when it looks like it's not working, what to do when life feels crunchy, what to do when you feel blah or emotional, or insert whatever word you want to put here for when life just isn't going your way, or it seems like it, let's say. And I had a few things, obviously, that I shared and recorded last week with no sound. But apparently, I was just talking to myself, which was in fact something that I needed. But I have even more to share, and I went even deeper. So, what I shared when I recorded is that this last week has been one of those crunchy times for me. I'm on my period, so that's probably part of it. I also feel like I'm again in the middle of a rebirth, becoming even more of myself, becoming that next phase of myself. I feel like I have like a big new business thing coming, like it's on the tip of my tongue, like it's about to be birthed. I feel like I'm about to get everything I've ever wanted, and I feel like shit. And I want to share a few things that you can do, that you can look for in these times. And I also want to share the magic that has unfolded in the last few days since I tried to record this episode the first time. Um, so first things first, I don't know how many of you have heard of Kairos, but it's a retreat, a Catholic retreat um, that you do. I think it's typically in high school. For me, it was. And it's run by teachers and the church and other students. And I had totally forgotten about this, but I was going through old stuff and boxes at my mom's when I was home last time, and I found my folder that had, so essentially part of the whole experience is people reach out to your friends and family and loved ones and the people you're in school with, classmates, and they write you letters like encouraging you, telling you how much they love you, like whatever it is for them, right? Obviously, as an adult rereading them now, I'm aware of like the different phases and emotional intelligence of different people. But as I was reading through these letters, I had a few epiphanies. Um, so let's rewind a bit. At the time of this retreat, um, my dad had just passed away, and I was feeling lost. I never really felt like I fit in, which I feel like I've shared before, and that continued on for further in my life. But anyways, at this point in life, I didn't really know who I was. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know where I was going. Like I was listening to what people were telling me to do. I was getting close to like I think I was in the midst of applying for colleges even. I can't fully exactly remember the timing, but I was very much lost. And I even feel like I forgot about this experience. A lot of the notes that were written to me encouraged me to open up and share. And one of my teachers even said that like she thought I came across as like sad sometimes. Now again, granted, I was a teenager, I was trying to figure life out, I was trying to figure out where I was going to college. I had just lost my dad at the age of 18. Obviously, there was a lot of shit going on, which was reason enough for me to be sad or upset or whatever. But I remember rereading these letters, first of all, took me back. And I'm sharing this because I think I've always been bad at sharing like what's really on my heart. And I've been in circles and I've created safe spaces with friends only in the last few years. But it still is really hard for me to like fully open up and get raw and say like I'm not okay. And I've had to learn this in a couple different times in my life. And I feel like I'm coming back there because there's an opportunity right now for me to shift that. And so the first thing I want to share this vulnerably, as you can see, I'm crying and very emotional about this. When things are really hard, like please find people that you can reach out to. And it's so crazy because in the last couple of weeks of like my ups and downs in the last week specifically, um, I've also had friends reach out to me, and I'm honored when people reach out asking for help. I feel like in general, my purpose is to lift other people up, not just friends and family, but like it's one of my biggest parts of this life for me and my purpose here on earth. And yet it's very hard for me to do the same thing. So I just want to encourage you to be able to be vulnerable because it will surprise you how people respond. When you speak from the heart, when you come from the heart, people will feel that energetically. It doesn't matter what words you use. If you say you're suffering and you need help, even if you just say, I need a hug, or I need space for you to listen, or I just want you to sit here with me right now, even if you don't have the words, reaching out will remind you that you're not alone. It will allow you to feel supported. And that support's always there, but it's easy for us to forget. And give yourself the reminder when you need it. Allow yourself to reach out. And I've said this before, but if you have even one person that you can reach out to who is a safe space for you, you're winning the lottery of life. Like with my four line, one of the things I've learned in this life is that my life is determined by the quality of my relationships. And it's about quality, not quantity for me. It's never been about quantity for me. In fact, going back to high school, full circle on this conversation, I remember seeing people having like tons and tons of friends and the popular people in high school. And I don't even think I was jealous. I kind of was like, that seems exhausting. And while I have not, as I just shared, taken advantage of the quality of my relationships, it has taken me something, it it's something that's taken me time in life to build. And I only recently um have felt like I have the relationships that I've always desired, that I've always longed for, that I've always seen for myself. And it's still hard for me to open up. Like it's so easy for me to even reach out, even when someone is going through something, I can see it without them saying it. And I'm able to reach out and be there for them and love them and be there when they need it. And I am a lot of times unable to ask for the same for myself. And so when life is crunchy, when life is hard, when you feel like the whole world is against you, please find someone you can reach out to. And if that person's me, if you feel like you have no one, you have me. So that is a lie. And reach out to me on Instagram, The Wild Rebel Soul, and I promise I will be there for you. And the other thing I would encourage, like I said, I am that person for other people. And that is a great place to start. If you feel like you don't have those relationships, then start building them and start being that. Go first. Set the tone. Create what you desire in the world. Create more of it. Be what you want to see, right? And then you'll watch the magic unfold of that showing up for you. And in the last week or so, I have reached out to my soul sisters, to my group, to my friends, and I've asked for support, whether it's just like, I'm having a shitty week, I need a virtual hug, I need a hug. Can you just send some good thoughts my way? Like, here's what I'm going through, even before I can verbalize it. Because that's a thing, a lot of times when I feel like life gets crunchy, I can't even verbalize what's going on. So I just wanted to share that because I think the people in our lives, we often feel like we're alone, right? I know, especially like we're talking your soul revolution here. Following the path of your soul is lonely. Following the path of your soul is hard. It will feel like you're up against the world. It will feel like no one else around you gets it. It will feel like it is you versus everyone else. And that is really fucking hard sometimes. And you are not alone. There are safe spaces for you, there are safe people for you. You are creating your soul community, even if you don't have that with your family where you should got like have gotten it from. Like, it is your chance to create your soul family. The people who get you and see you and hold that space for you and know what you need and remind you of your magic and reflect back to you the bright, amazing person that you are. And you can create that if you don't have it. And it's one of the miracles of life. Like, loving someone else and letting yourself be loved is the most underrated miracle there is on this planet. Um, so the next thing that has really helped me when life gets crunchy is trust and faith in myself, but also in like my mission, in my soul, in who I came here to be. And this is something that human design has definitely helped me with. My journey started long before I discovered human design a few years ago. So that faith and trust in myself started by getting to know myself on a deep level. But human design rapidly deepened that faster than anything before it. And it really has allowed me to discover who I am, discover my purpose, which is not something I do, it's who I show up as. It's what I bring, my superpowers, the gifts I bring to every day, to every interaction, to everything I do. Like, that is knowing myself, and that creates a deep trust in myself, a deep faith in who I came here to be, and that things get to work out because it's all guiding me. And even when it feels shitty and feels hard and looks like it's not working, it is just guiding me into more of what I desire, into more of who I am. And often on on the other side of these awful times are massive breakthroughs, are massive growth, are like new versions of ourselves. Like I said, I feel like I'm in this another rebirth, like, hello, Scorpio rising, always happening. Um, and so again, I encourage you to use human design because I just think it is like the fastest way there to get to know yourself on a deep level and really understand, like, from an empowering perspective, who you are and who you came here to be, and how to show up as your fullest self and express your fullest self, which again then makes us feel like home, makes us feel like alive, makes us feel at ease, makes us feel aligned, which then, like, all the lights are green, everything feels right. Like, when shitty weeks happen, it's easy to bounce back. It's easy to see, like, oh, what wisdom can I gain from this week? And so again, I encourage you to use human design, but however you get there, I encourage you to get to know yourself better. Like the real you, like the love, the light, the superpowers, the gifts, the magic that you have inside of you, not just like your name, what your career is, who you're married to. Like none of that actually matters. It's about you and your magic and who you came here to be. So then specifically within that, one of the things that has really helped me and with my astrology whisperer, Elliot, who has helped me on the astrology side, I've added to the human design. But one of the things that has really helped me is nourishing myself by understanding my moon and the gates in human design, where my moon, both conscious and unconscious, are. And um, my conscious moon is all about embracing childlike innocence, that playfulness, that fun. And my unconscious moon is all about seeing possibilities. And so when I find myself in this place of feeling and stuck and depressed and whatever you want to call it, I need to bring the lightness back in. I need to laugh about why I'm feeling this way. I need to find ways to go laugh with friends. I need to open up to friends and share what I'm going through to lighten the load, to feel like I've gotten it out, to feel like I'm not alone in this. And really diving into understanding this part of my chart has given me such a deeper way to nourish myself. Like, I talk about self care instead of calling it self care, I call it soul care because I think self care, people think like getting manicures twice a month and taking a bath and going for walks outside is self care. Like, and I remember seeing something, I think it was like during the pandemic, but someone was saying, like, that's the shit you do to stay alive. Like, that is not self care. And I'm joking about it because if you think about it, like, when life is hard, life is really fucking hard. And as someone who is in it right now, I can tell you that a bath is not going to get me out of it. Getting my nails done, I'm going to look prettier, but it's definitely not going to get me out of it. Knowing myself on a deep level, knowing how to nourish myself, giving myself what I need, opening myself up to my soul family. These things are the soul care that are going to cause the shifts. The last thing I want to share is creating space. The last thing we want to do when life is hard is sit in it. The last thing we want to do when life is hard is sit in it. And do you want to know what? Sitting in it is where the fucking gold is. What life is showing you, what wisdom life is giving you, what lesson life is guiding you in, what growth is there for you right now is in the shit, is in the crunchy, is in the resistance. And so when this happens, when this comes up, if we binge Netflix, if we down another bottle of wine, if we avoid feeling what we're feeling, we're never going to get through it. Like I've shared before, resistance is not in the way, resistance is the way. If you know yourself, if you trust yourself, if you have faith in who you are, who you came here to be, if you trust that you're always being guided and supported, and there is always wisdom in the negative things, in the crunchy times, you will find the gold here. And trust me, it is here. But we are trying to escape it. We are trying to numb from it. We are trying to avoid it. And so it keeps persisting. I'm laughing because I have been there. Like, I still get there. We forget and then we remember. And then we forget and then we remember. Guys, we are all human. I am not sitting here up on a hill looking down, teaching other people. Like, I am leading, I am going first. I am leading this soul revolution, and you are fucking right here with me. You are in this with me. We are in this together. This is our revolution. I am sharing what being a human looks like, what being someone who follows their soul path looks like. And it looks like sometimes life is fucking hard. It looks like taking time and space when we need it. There are so many times, even this week, but especially in the past, where I haven't given myself the space. I haven't given myself the rest because I told myself I didn't deserve it yet. I told myself, you can rest later when you get where you want to be. You can't rest. You need to show up for other people right now. You can't rest. Like, the whole house will fall apart without you. The things that feel hard right now are where the stickiness is, are where the universe is showing you need to look at. And so if you feel like rest would be the hardest thing in the world right now, you should probably rest. If you feel like reaching out to someone and sharing where you're at right now is the hardest thing, you should reach out to people. If you think that next action your body has been telling you to take for a while is the hardest thing to do, you should do that. There is so much wisdom within us. Like, we already have what we need, but sometimes it's hidden beneath the crunchiness, hidden beneath the hard, hidden beneath the shit. Where's the wisdom? And how can you alchemize it? How can you create space? How can you rest? How can you reach out to your soul family? How can you nourish your body and listen to what it needs? Listen to what it's telling you. Because I promise everything you've wanted is on the other side of that. The hardest times in our life give us the biggest rewards, give us the biggest growth, make us more of who we are. Sometimes it's clearing space for what we don't need. Sometimes we need to subtract. The first thing I often do when life is crunchy is say, like, what can I subtract right now? What isn't working right now? Again, it's part of that wisdom that you have to find for yourself. But what are the things that just aren't working anymore? What are the things that no longer feel like you? What are the people, places, situations, environments, careers, relationships that just don't feel like you anymore? Like, are you being guided to let go of something that's no longer for you? Or are you being guided to follow something that's been a nudge for a long time now that you just keep ignoring because you don't think it makes sense or you don't see how it's possible? Again, in these times where life is crunchy for me, I like ask myself, how can I bring a lightness to this? How can I embrace that childlike innocence? How can I look at this differently? Where is an opportunity for me to shift? And then where can I see possibilities? Where can I see the wisdom that's here? Where can I see the guidance? Are there signs showing up for me? Am I just being asked to rest? Is this like the calm before the craziness in a good way? Is this the rest before the start of the next chapter? And the answer is never the same. For every time life gets crunchy, it's always different. And for every person, it's always different, which is why I love reading human design charts and helping you discover who you are and your unique soul's blueprint because it helps you guide yourself through these times. Even I can't do it. I can show you how to remember. I can help you discover your magic. I can show you where your power is and how to take it back. I can guide you to the wisdom that's already within you. I can remind you of your superpowers, but I can't do it for you. I can't make you do it. And I don't have the answers for you. I just know how to help you find them. So, what do you need right now? Is life hard? Is life crunchy? What of these things that I've gone through do you need? What resonates? What is speaking to your body? And again, it's probably the thing that brings up fear with it. It's probably the thing that seems like the hardest thing to do right now. It's probably the thing that feels a little bit uncomfortable. But to rewire, to decondition, to unlearn is uncomfortable. But it's so fucking worth it every time because you get to know a deeper part of yourself. You get to let go of something that's been there that is ready to leave. You get to discover more of your power. You get to maybe deepen a relationship by showing up vulnerably and asking for what you need, giving that other person permission to do the same when that happens for them. You get to do something uncomfortable, but remember the amazing thing that's coming on the other side of that. You get to take the action that feels uncomfortable, but you get to reap the reward. There is so much possibility on the other side of this. There is no good or bad. Like feeling down, feeling upset, feeling sad, feeling alone. It's not bad. It's part of fucking being human. And especially if you're in this soul revolution with me, it's part of it. I work with people who see that they have something so much more inside of them. And when I show them what's possible for them, when I show them their unique blueprint, when I show them who they came here to be, I am handing them a roadmap with discomfort, with resistance, with pain. We have to let go of everything we're not, of everything we thought we should be, of everything we've been told to be, of everything that everyone else is doing in order to become more of ourselves. And it is not easy. It is not comfortable. It is not always fun, which is why I bring the lightness to it for you. Again, dance parties in the arena, you're invited. We're getting our asses kicked by life. We're living our soul revolution, and we're having dance parties in the arena together. That's what I bring. One of my superpowers. I will remind you, you are fucking amazing. You have what it takes. There's gold here in the hard for you to alchemize, for you to grow, for you to get even more than what you could possibly dream up right now. It's all possible. It's all yours. It's all on the other side of this crunchiness. Can you see what's possible? In the unknown, anything is possible. Already, this episode is like what I tried to record last week times 100% more because I sat in where I was and I turned even more shit into gold. I alchemized even more wisdom for myself and I am now sharing it with you guys. And the last thing I want to share with you guys in this episode is Trust yourself over everyone else, and that includes me. If something that I say doesn't resonate, leave it. If something I say makes you feel smaller, leave it. If something someone shows you feels like it takes your power away, leave it. I don't care who tells you. I don't care if it's your parents. I don't care if it's a 7-degree doctor. I don't care if someone comes back from the dead into your dreams. Your body is so wise and has everything that you need. Please don't give your power away to anything or anyone. Please don't try and make something fit that doesn't feel like it fits. Please don't take an action and do something because you think you should. That is the opposite of your soul revolution and what we're here for. If it doesn't feel like you, leave it behind and don't think about it again. One of the things that I purposefully do is show you who you are in an empowering, powerful, anything's possible, my mushy unicorn kind of way. But if something doesn't feel good, it's not for you. If you read about a gate in human design and it doesn't resonate, or you're like, I don't like how that sounds, just leave it. This life is yours. Everything about this life is yours. And you get to decide what fits. You get to decide what feels good. Again, in these crunchy times, like, where is life just showing you what doesn't fit? What doesn't feel good? What no longer resonates? Maybe you're just used to being depressed or upset or in a bad mood. Maybe that doesn't fit anymore. Maybe you just need to decide to go play or go be creative or go read a book or go for a walk or go give your puppy a hug because the cuddles make everything better. You have the gold. You have the wisdom. You have the superpowers. You have the magic. How can you tune in? How can you turn it all the way up? Let your brilliance shine. Let your love shine. Let your joy shine. Find that like enthusiastic kid on Christmas morning vibes and live in that. Find the comic relief when you need it. Lighten things up like we never get out of this thing alive, so you might as well have fun. Well, we went from me starting the episode crying to me finishing the episode laughing. So I think it was a success. I love you guys so much. I hope this resonates because I know we all have crunchy periods. I know we all get invited into deeper versions of ourselves. I know that even when life seems like it's going well, all of a sudden shit can hit the fan and it can feel very different. It's all guiding you. How can you nourish yourself? Give yourself what you need. Listen to what your body is nudging you to do right now. Take the rest. Reach out to the person. Reach out to me. I'm here. I see you. I love you. You are not alone. You are exactly where you're meant to be right now. And there is gold in this hard. How can you find it? Love you guys so much. And I will see you in the next episode.